Hello everyone, we are joined by Derke from Vitality coming in after their win today against FUT and after locking in the grand finals here of EMEA Stage 1. Firstly, Derke, I know that you mentioned that it's been a bit of a tiring day and yeah, your neighbor issues that kept you from getting enough sleep. But despite that, you guys
Yes.
managed to pull off an amazing win, all those overtimes, all that resilience. So yeah, I mean, it's a big difference from the beginning of this stage. So what would you say is the
Yeah.
evolution of the team and what do you think has been the biggest change for you guys?
I mean, really tiring day. I got kind of carried today, which I'm happy. Sometimes maybe I do good couple matches, but sometimes maybe they do. Kroenke had a really good game today, which I'm happy. I think it will help his confidence and stuff. Because I think, and also for everyone, because everyone was wondering, like, oh, maybe kind of like not playing as well as people know he can and stuff. For me, also really good to finally get to the grand finals again after a year of not doing that and stuff. Really happy with the team. I think we progressed a lot after group stage and just like practiced really well, fixed a lot of the communications and helped each other. And it was kind of like very tedious practice, but it was like it pays off a lot. And I think we all want to win, want to not play EWC qualifiers and stuff because that's a lot of time. And also for me, it's on the old patch with this broken neon, so I want to skip it and stop playing this agent. That would be like really nice.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean that's like my main goal. I want the trophy and to skip playing this neon because I hate playing neon. It's broken. Even if you don't have good stats, it's like you still do a lot of good for your teammates, but it's so annoying to play for me. I don't have fun, and I hate when people play it against me because it's just like people sliding or b hopping, you cannot hit them. But yeah,
Yeah, thankfully it's gonna be nerfed, and you're gonna be out of Neon Jail. Are you excited to go back to the Jet or anything else? Raise,
jet,
whatever.
race, anything that just
It's normal.
does not move fast, and I'm happy. Yeah, I just need something that I can throw for myself and be happy. Also, this neon stun is cosmetic. So many times I get killed in the stun. So many times someone just runs into the stun and taps me. I hate playing it. And also the wall sometimes it's like good for my teammates, but I'm getting full
You just get
blasted
spammed.
with it. I get spammed, I get thrown everything at me. It's just not fun. I'd rather just dash into my little smoke. Yeah, give me a pop flash bomb. I peek, and it's like it's very easy. It's what I'm used to.
Fair enough. You're almost free. Just one more final, and you guys you're free
Yes.
of Neon. So yeah, just one more game you can hold on. That said, I mean I think that everybody has been kind of hating on Neon and this current shotgun Neon meta. That said, what do you think the next meta is gonna look like? Which duelist is gonna come in and take the spot? We've seen a lot more of Phoenix coming in, for example. And what do you think the meta is gonna look like, especially with the patch changes coming in for the initiators once again and stuff?
I I think a lot of people will start playing Neon. Initiator patch, I don't know yet. I'm thinking more about London because I think the Initiator patch does not hit London.
I think it's just
I
December
think it's
Neon.
I think it's after, yeah. I think some teams will still play Neon because even though she can't airstrafe jump anymore and be hop around, but teams, for example, my coach is like, yeah, but you know what? You're not doing it anyway, so we could. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing it and dying on purpose because I just I hate the agent. I hate to say it, but I've tried it for a year now almost. Um, so I think some teams will still try to play her because she does still bring some value. Phoenix will, I think it will be a lot of Phoenix meta. I don't know if we will see double Sentinel because double Sentinel is weak. So it's either still going to be double duelist like Jet Phoenix or double Initiator mostly. I think it's still kind of balanced, but I will still hope to see more buffs for initiators like after London, the 50 seconds. I feel like it can do. I would like Riot to experiment to give certain initiators different times, not that everyone has 50 or 60 seconds, because I feel like sometimes like stun should be maybe lower or higher than a reveal, for example. I think some balancing should be processed like that with the initiators because there's so many different ones.
Mhm.
And yeah, and some buffs for Sentence, because my boy Chronicle, I don't know, this Cypher trip does not do anything. It just notification come in like, hello, someone broke your trip, or someone popped into your trip and broke it instantly. So for me, it's like a slight buff for Cypher would be nice, and maybe, I mean, they already announced that they're going to do something with the Neon. I don't know what, but I think as long as they try to balance it that way, it will be good.
Hopefully. I think for people watching, it's fine, but for people playing, it's definitely been really stressful. But I mean, of course, even on the Neon, you've had some pretty incredible rounds on Split. I know that you said, you mentioned that perhaps it wasn't the greatest day, but your individual impact was still really great in a lot of these rounds. Like the triple judge kill, the triple kill in the final round. A lot of these moments were coming through, but despite the lead that you had on map 3, right, it seemed like FUT were able to just kind of pull that momentum together and make that comeback. So I think this happened on a couple of maps. So what do you think is kind of the problem that Vitality has in terms of getting that advantage and just not being able to close it out immediately without stressful overtimes?
I mean, one, they have really great aimers and good team play. Like that team is insanely good in my opinion. So I'm happy that we won them today. And like with the advantages, like yeah, good aim helps them being coordinated and being very aggressive sometimes help them a lot. I was not having a good game. Profik on second map was also not having a good game and stuff. So like when that happens and they're also shooting really well, it's just really hard to play. And like I'll put a lot of blame on myself. I did a lot of blunders or something else, or we just didn't play together in a lot of scenarios where we just get insta punished. And it's just like whatever, but also it's like we just need to be more together and kind of like understand what each other needs from themselves. Because I had a couple situations today when I'm like, where are you, like because someone might hesitate and stuff. It was a lot of hesitation, which I think cost us a few rounds.
Makes sense. All right. And how do you deal with constantly like dying? I think that's one of the aspects of being a duelist that people don't talk about as much. Like, yes, when you get a 5K or 3K, people are gonna celebrate you, but especially when you're playing like that entry duelist or the movement duelist, a lot of the time your job is to just kind of take the space and die, right? So do you ever feel frustrated when your stats don't reflect it? Because of course, most of the
Yes,
time.
when I play Neon, because this agent, if you have a bad time, you're just gonna have bad time. You're basically just doing everything for your teammates, which I did today. And it's like I'm fine with having a bad game and helping my teammates, but on Neon it's just too frequent, and I feel like I will have a lot of kind of like Joker cards and a lot of different agents that I can do myself and get myself back into the game. But with Neon, when the game is going bad and your utility is mostly not for yourself, but mostly for a team, depending on how Neons use it. For example, our Neon is more like team based. Like we want to use it different than football example. For foot, it feels like Sop is just dashing, like sliding insta, trying to tap somebody, sliding, going insta for a kill, using everything just to try to get that entry, and it works for them. For us, Nian is different, and I know I spoke it a lot in our team about it and stuff, but we could not find any different way, and also this is the only way it works. So I was like at some point fine, and also hearing after the Neon there, so I kind of gave up on the end because I was like, thank God, and like, hallelujah, we can maybe do something different. And also, like, I do like having a jet that has kind of like the dash, you pop it, you have like untradeability. I do love on race where you have nades where you actually throw it and it clears the space. On Neon,
Cosmetic stuff.
oh, the guy is in the corner. Boom, stun. Boom, one tap. And this is like happening always in practice. And it's like, what do you do even? That's like the annoying part for me. And I think for me it will suit with the other agents. And that's why I think even like what I'm doing right now on Neon, like it's good for the team. I'm happy we're winning about the entry role. I always thought like when you look at my stats in my career, like if I have 30 kills, I might have 27 deaths, and it used to be always like that. But that's kind of like how I see my role. Sometimes you just have to go in. Sometimes I tell my teammates, "Guys, I'm gonna jump through the smoke," and then I jump, I get one tap, and my teammates get two, and then I'm like, "Okay, nice, it worked." And I think sometimes you just have to be selfless to actually win the games because like let's say a champs, I don't know, finals or any finals like in the world. Like if I'm having a bad game and then I'm not being selfless and my teammate needs that entry and I'm not having a good game, but I'm not ready to jump with a knife out, for example, then why will I be a duelist? You know, like I'm not making it easier and stuff. I know for some duelists they need to have a good game. They're not going straight in. They want to kind of like pop off, you know, and kind of like not. I don't know how to say it. They're kind of like trying to frag more rather than making space. But for me, it's just like let's make our lives easier and stuff. And just like I even have a lot of VOD reviews where I tell my teammates like, brother, why are you going in front of me? Let me do it, you know? And like always like just stop doing this. Just tell me slide, tell me to jump around, be hop around. Like I'll do it for you. I don't care. Like and that was always my thing that I cannot be like selfish. And like if I'm having a good game, I can snowball it. If I'm having a bad game, I know how to kind of like, okay, I'll just play for the team, you know?
Got it. And last question before I let you go for today. At Masters London, between the stage one beginning and Masters London, what do you think is the biggest problem? If there's one thing that you have to fix individually and as a team, what is it to get that trophy and the third trophy for you?
Individually or for the team?
Both.
Both. Individually, I think I need to hit 30 bombs, only headshot. So that will help a lot. But I think just communication, just playing my game, finding what works for me. For team, it's again communication, just hesitation. So like so many rounds that even on Pearl, which we played great, it was like, and I said it to the team, I was like we go on a retake, and we have one guy saying like, I can do this, the other guy, I can do that, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. Nobody says go, you know, and I'm like, okay, guys, one of us three, I don't care who, just needs to say go, you know, send it. And that's sometimes I struggle with sometimes because I don't want to overcall or anything, but we need to find like common ground and get used to it. I think Sayonara is usually one good example that does it like a lot, and he does it in a really good way when he's feeling it. Sometimes he might be a bit on quieter side and stuff, but he's also 18. He's just getting used to tier one. I think you give him a year and he's like perfect for that. And then Yumpy doesn't have to call everything or kind of do that. And also just players taking more responsibility, whether it's me, Kron, Profek in those terms. And I think we just need experience with that. We haven't played with this team for that long time, and we had so many issues on top of other issues that we needed to fix one by one, and that's why like we almost didn't even get to playoffs. And now it's like finally we're fixing issues, but so like it takes so much time.
Well, I mean, at this point, you made the grand final, you made London, so congratulations again, and good luck for your grand final. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
the interview.
thank you.